Imagine stepping onto the biggest stage in world football, carrying the weight of an incredible 19-match unbeaten streak. You are absolutely dominating the game. You are creating chances, controlling the midfield, and striking absolute terror into your opponents. But then, in the blink of an eye, the script flips, and a single moment of absolute brilliance shatters everything you have built. Welcome back to Total Football Nexus. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most nerve-wracking, heart-stopping matches of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Group E just delivered a tactical thriller that nobody saw coming. Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. A clash of styles, a test of pure survival, and a finish that will go down in World Cup history. Let us set the scene. It's June 15th, 2026. The lights are shining down brightly on the Philadelphia Stadium in Pennsylvania. The atmosphere is electric. Ecuador steps onto the pitch looking like an absolute powerhouse. They have a swagger about them, and why would they not? 19 games without a single defeat. For the first 30 minutes of this match, Ecuador didn't just play football, they dictated it. They owned the ball, holding 52% possession, and they pushed Ivory Coast so far back it looked like a training ground exercise. But football is a cruel, unpredictable game. Sometimes you can beat the defenders, you can beat the goalkeeper, but you just cannot beat the woodwork. And for Ecuador, the crossbar was about to become their worst nightmare. In the 24th minute, the danger signs were flashing red for Ivory Coast. Ecuador's John Yeboah found some space outside the penalty box. He unleashed an absolute rocket of a left-footed strike. The goalkeeper was beaten. The crowd held its breath. Smash! The ball violently struck the crossbar and bounced away. A massive sigh of relief echoed from the Ivory Coast bench. The pressure was suffocating. Ivory Coast's players were starting to crack under the relentless waves of Ecuadorian attacks. In the 27th minute, Seko Fofana, desperate to break up the play, committed a heavy foul and went into the referee's book with a yellow card. But Ecuador kept coming. Just 2 minutes later, Pedro Vite saw a tiny gap in the defense. He threaded a magical through ball right into the path of Alan Minda. Minda took the shot. It looked destined for the back of the net, but incredibly, heartbreak struck again. The ball crashed against the crossbar for the second time in 5 minutes. You could see the frustration building. Ivory Coast was panicking, resorting to physical fouls just to survive. Frank Kessie and Guela Dewey both picked up yellow cards in the 37th and 39th minutes. They were holding on by a thread. And right before the halftime whistle, in the 45th minute, Ecuador's captain, Ener Valencia, found himself in a dangerous position. He took aim, fired, and ping! The ball deflected off the left post. 3 clear chances. 3 times the woodwork saved Ivory Coast. As the referee blew the whistle for halftime, the scoreline miraculously remained 0-0. Ecuador walked into the dressing room wondering what kind of dark magic had cursed their goalposts. Ivory Coast, on the other hand, knew they had just dodged 3 massive bullets. But a team can only rely on luck for so long. Going into the second half, a massive question hung in the air. Could Ivory Coast wake up and change the narrative, or was an Ecuadorian goal completely inevitable? The answer to that question would rewrite the history of this tournament. As the teams walked back out for the second half, you could feel a shift in the energy. Ivory Coast knew they could not survive another 45 minutes of defending their own penalty box. They had to fight back. And in the 52nd minute, they finally showed their teeth. Alai Wahi found himself with a golden opportunity. He pulled the trigger, beating the Ecuadorian keeper, but the curse of the crossbar struck again, this time denying Ivory Coast. The game had completely opened up. It was a chaotic, beautiful mess. Seeing the momentum slowly starting to shift, the Ivory Coast manager decided it was time to play his masterstrokes. In the 55th and 56th minutes, he made changes that would alter the destiny of the match. He brought on Anzan Yohan Boni
and the Manchester United sensation Amad Diallo. The moment Diallo stepped onto the pitch, the entire dynamic of the Ivory Coast attack transformed. Suddenly, they had pace, they had creativity, and they had a cutting edge that Ecuador was struggling to contain. But Ecuador was not done yet. In the 68th minute, Gonzalo Plata decided to take matters into his own hands. He unleashed a ferocious long-range pile driver. It was flying towards the top corner, but Ivory Coast goalkeeper Yahya Fofana pulled off an absolutely breathtaking save to keep their team alive. The tension in Philadelphia Stadium was unbearable. Every pass, every tackle felt like life or death. In the 72nd minute, the frustration began to show on the Ecuadorian side as Jackson Perozzo picked up a yellow card for a clumsy challenge. The clock was ticking down. 85 minutes, 87 minutes. It looked like we were heading for a dramatic, exhausting draw. But true football fans know that the most dangerous time in a match is the dying minutes. 89th minute, Ivory Coast is on the move. Defender Wilfred Singo decides to take a massive risk. He surges down the right flank, making an incredible lung-bursting run. He spots a gap, cuts inside, and delivers a perfectly weighted pass straight into the heart of the Ecuadorian penalty box. Waiting there is the substitute Amad Diallo. With ice in his veins, Diallo controls the ball, shifts his weight, and unleashes a flawless left-footed strike. The ball rips into the back of the net. Goal! The stadium erupted. The Ivory Coast bench exploded in pure ecstasy. After surviving an absolute onslaught in the first half, after being saved by the woodwork 3 times, they had snatched the lead in the 89th minute. Ecuador threw everything forward in the dying seconds of stoppage time, desperately searching for a miracle of their own, but their spirit was broken. The referee blew the final whistle, sealing a stunning 1-0 victory for Ivory Coast. This wasn't just a win, this was a statement. Ivory Coast, returning to the World Cup stage for the first time since 2014, had just ended Ecuador's incredible 19-match unbeaten streak. They absorbed the pressure, made the perfect tactical substitutions, and proved that in football, it's not about how many chances you create, it's about taking the one that matters most. What a game, and what a tactical masterclass in survival and counterattacking football. If you found this breakdown thrilling, you're going to be absolutely blown away by what happened in the next massive clash of the tournament. The drama, the mind games, and the shock results are far from over. To see exactly how that tactical nightmare unfolded, click the video appearing on your screen right now, and let's keep the football conversation going.